hello, and welcome to the Spy Squadron. That's us. Welcome to episode 43? 43! We made it past our midlife crisis, nearly. Well, we're still in the midst of it.
Oh no, we're still in the midst.
In the midst of it?
Yeah.
Welcome.
That's why there's so much change going on.
Welcome to Spy Squadron in the midst. Have you seen? Have you seen it? Our gorgeous new banner and logo.
Very cool.
I love them.
Very cool.
I love it. To go along with our fantastic new thumbnails.
Look at the logo right there.
Is that
Very
X-Wing?
cool. Very, very cool.
Legally
Part of the
distinct.
Spy Squadron.
That's us.
That's us.
Once again, big shout out and big thanks to our artist at Sprout Spores. Go check them out on Instagram. They make our lovely art here for not only our wonderful thumbnails, but also our great new logos, great new banners.
This will be replaced soon.
This will be replaced. This whole like border. We're
getting there. We're slowly. It's building blocks.
We're doing some big upgrades, just like the whole theme of set 2 is upgrades.
Upgrades,
What?
people. Upgrades.
Upgrades. Now, speaking of upgrades,
Upgrades.
what if I wanted up? What if you have something I want and it's upgrades?
And it's Darksabers?
It's Darksabers, it's shields, it's experience counts.
It's Pre-Vizsla, baby.
It's him.
Pre-Vizsla is a 7 cost of aggression villainy. 8/7. What a stat line.
What a stat line. He's power hungry.
He sure is.
That's his line.
When played and on attack, you may pay the cost of an upgrade attached to another non-vehicle unit. If you do, take control of that upgrade and attach it to this unit. If able, if it can't, right. Attach it to this unit if able. If it can't attach to this unit, defeat it instead.
So either you take the upgrade or you destroy it. That's insane. So you can attack, not have enough resources, or opt to not pay the cost. And if you don't, you destroy the upgrade. Or if you pay the cost, you get it. Obviously, Pre-Vizsla is the leader of the Death Watch during the Clone Wars.
I believe you still have to pay for it to destroy it.
You may pay the cost of the upgrade attached to another non-unit unit. If you do, take control of that unit, upgrade it to this unit if able. If it can't attach to this unit,
If it can't attach, not if you can't pay.
Interesting. Still, really, really good. I'd pay 4 to steal my opponent's Darksaber, or for whatever reason, destroy it. And of course, this is a legendary. Just kidding. It is a rare. What is with rares this set?
I don't know, man. This could have been a legendary easy. The art for it is fantastic.
Oh my gosh, the art on this card is
so
actually
pretty.
incredible.
And this card is really, really fun.
We've said it before. We'll say it again. I can't wait for a hyper foil of this.
How much do XP tokens cost?
I think nothing.
Right, yeah, no, in shields?
I believe 0.
Well, damn.
I'm
Maybe
just-
if you don't have any resources, just take XP tokens and shields.
I'll tap 7. I'll take your shield. I'll swing. I'll take your shield. I'll swing. I'll take your experience counts. Buff. And the whole time I'm putting Darksabers on Pre-Vizsla. He's learning about the brutal traditions of his people. He's
absolutely.
You know, he could have a flamethrower.
You could say it's criminal.
It is criminal. It's criminal. He's also a trooper. He's a Mandalorian trooper.
It's trooper.
Here you go. Precision shot. Get in there.
Taj, baby.
Go
get him.
Like you precision shot this man. You can precision shot this man for 10 saboteur.
Ooh.
11 if they have an experience token.
I don't like it.
Pretty brutal. I like it.
I love it.
I honestly, again, another rare that feels like a legendary. I mean, we're stacking these up, right?
Oh, absolutely.
We've got Django.
The
Maul,
rares
we got
this set are
they're
just
incredible.
absolutely nuts.
Yeah, this is got to be a 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, I think.
Fair and valid.
Next up, we're not stopping with the Mandalorians.
No, we have a couple more Mandalorians to go through.
Oh yeah.
What is this first one?
It's
Give it
Fen
to us.
Rao, Protector of Concord Dawn. He is a 6-cost Vigilance 5/6 Mandalorian. When played, you may play an upgrade from your hand. It costs 2 less. That's pretty nice. And then when you play an upgrade on this unit, give an enemy unit -2/-2 for this phase. That is a pretty nice sweeper effect.
No, absolutely. Especially like the 2 abilities of him pair together so nicely. Just being like, awesome, I'm going to play him. I'm going to put this Vampire's grapple shot on him for free.
Yep.
And -2/-2 that.
Resilience on him for free. You know, if you have the resources, a Darksaber for 2. And you just, like there's a lot you can do that's really good with this.
Mandalorian armor for free.
Yeah, Mandalorian armor for free is huge on this guy. Fen Rao is one of the Mandalorians in the Rebels series, and he was a fighter pilot in the Clone Wars. I like Fen Rao. He's pretty cool. He helps Sabine with the Darksaber, just like Kanan does. I like this unit as well. I think it's really cool. I love the artwork on this because it looks exactly like him in the show.
All the Mandalorians look really, really good.
I think it's hard to not make Mandalorians look cool.
Also true.
But I think the artists do a really good job of bringing them to life. I think my favorite thing is they do a really good job of showing the color of the Mandalorians. Fen Rao's very blue. So look, honestly, I like this. It pairs really nicely with the other Concord cards we've got. So I think that's really great. Yeah. Fen Rao, in my opinion, is a pretty good pick if you're playing mid-range Mandalorians or just an upgrade deck. Put it in your Gar Saxon. This guy's a 3 out of 5. I like this card.
Yeah, this sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's House Cast Soldier. It's a 2-cost, 2/3 Mandalorian Trooper aggression with Saboteur.
This is essentially a Rebel Pathfinder that you're able to slap into a red deck if you're going villain, or run 2 if you're a hero.
It's a Rebel Pathfinder that has the Mandalorian tag for me.
Also that.
Just put Mandalorian armor on it, gets buffed from Darksaber. You can put the Darksaber on it with no worries, and then suddenly you've got a 6/6 swinging in with Saboteur that can't be blocked, and then you're pumping up the rest of the crew with experience counters.
Absolutely.
Darksaber's just stupid. Darksaber's so good. Darksaber's incredible.
It's like, this unit is okay, but with the Darksaber.
when you put that Darksaber on the Mandalorians, then they're going in. And you know what? That's perfect.
Fair and valid.
But still nothing compared to a Crate Dragon. But I love this. I think it's so cool in a Mandalorian-centric deck. Like, it's just another nice card to be able to run if you're running like a Gar Saxon Mandalorian-themed upgrade deck, which I've got a red-blue version of. It's really fun. I definitely think there are better versions of Gar. Go check out the gameplay. But I think it's actually really cool that the Mandalorians have legs, because being able to drop this or Follower of the Way or something like that turn 1 and then just turn 2 Mandalorian armor.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's actually insane. Like, a lot of the time I've been playing games with that, use Mandalorian armor turn 2 and your opponent just goes, how do you deal with that? It's pretty good.
Yeah, Mandalorian armor turn 2 is not an easy thing to deal with.
No. So I really like this. I think that Saboteur is really good. The body is really, really good. And in tandem, there is now an absurd amount of 2-cost 2/3 Mandalorians. Or 3/2 if you count Ketsu Onyo.
It's true.
So I definitely give this card a 3 out of 5. Oh my gosh. Pirate Queen? Pirate Queen time?
Pirate Queen?
Pirate Queen!
Pirate Queen is Maz Kanata, a 1-cost command heroism, 1/1 underworld with, when you play another unit, give an XP counter to this unit.
I mean, they told us in set 1 that green was all about going wide. Mm-hmm. There's another payoff for that. Imagine having this on the board when you U-wing.
Yeah.
And you're just like, whoa.
You can even put it out with U-wing, right? You can be like this and 2/3 costs and make her a 3/3.
Yeah, she just becomes a 1-cost battlefield marine. At minimum.
Yeah.
And she just keeps getting bigger. And hey, if you play her, a battlefield marine, and Echo from your U-wing, and you discard another one of her, she's a 5/5. Because she gets the 2 counters from the Echo and the Marine. She has the 2 counters from Echo's skill. That's not too shabby.
No,
I mean, a 5/5, a 3/3, and a 4/4. That's pretty great.
That's pretty
so
good.
I think Maz is pretty interesting. We saw this artwork on the pre-release box set. Mm-hmm. She's on the back going. So this is really cool. I like this card. I think it's gonna be really fun in draft.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be really interesting to go into like a layer deck.
Yeah.
Like, she's not rebel or anything, but
you can double swing with your rebels, and then she's just there to just be like swing for like 5. It's also nice in a rebel deck, or like maybe a slow roll style Luke deck where you play this and put a shield on her, and then just like the whole game she's just snowballing and building up,
and eventually they have to like vigilance or rivals fall.
And
just like, all right,
yeah, sure. Maz has done her job. The Pirate Queen is good because I mean, like, if you're playing this in a Luke deck, turn 1 you play a shielder, turn 2 you get an Echo base out, you put a counter on her, or even you go Alliance Dispatcher and a Battlefield Marine, and then you swing 3 with her, and then she just keeps going. She keeps going,
definitely.
And people are just they're just gonna leave her. So I think she's pretty interesting. I give her a 3 out of 5. I think she's really, really cool. This card's really funny.
I rate this card. I really rate
I think
this
it's
card.
funny. I think it's really cool.
This is a mercenary gunship. This is a 2-cost 3/2 in space, and that's fantastic.
Yeah.
No matter what its text says.
It's actually really funny for like, if you're running like an aggro deck, like an aggro space race deck, you actually unironically run this because they're going to be dead by the time they choose to pay 4. And if they're choosing to pay 4 for this, oh my god, that's such a waste.
Yep, absolutely. This is like, its text is action pay 4, take control of this unit. Any player can take this action. So your opponent can pay 4 to take it, but they're also paying 4 for a 3/2, where you paid 2 for that 3/2.
That also takes up a whole action. And if you're playing an aggro deck and they pay 4 to take it, you're not going to do anything. So you just pay 4 to take it back, and then they've spent 4 resources, and you're like, I was going to swing with it anyway. I don't really have anything to do with my hand. I'm just going to swing with it. So you've just wasted 4 resources that you could have used to take it down or kill it. But now you're just going to take 3 damage. What is with grey cards this set? What's with rares and grey cards?
I love this card. I think this card is so good, and I think this is a card that's
goes in
going
my
to be really...
IG-88 Space Race.
Oh, it sure as hell does.
We got like so many new ships for that deck.
You get you see 2-cost 3/2, and you do not care what the rest of the text is on that.
My opponent's dead by the time that happens. If I flip IG-88 and the best they can do is pay 4 to steal this, it's over for you.
Oh, it's over.
It's over for you. I agree. I rate this card. I think the text is going to turn a lot of people off, but I think that it's essentially a 2-cost 3/2 has no text because there is not going to be a lot of applicable situations where someone's actually going to steal this.
How many times have you taken down a 2-cost and felt good about it?
Never. It's essentially the same thing. Like, especially if that person has claimed and the first thing they do is just swing with it, then if you pay 4 and take it, it does nothing.
Yeah.
You've done nothing. And then if they claim again and you have it and untap with it, they pay 4 and take it. It's just,
good card.
It's a good card.
Very happy with that card.
It's just 3.5 out of 5 for me. This is
Is
more...
it Underworld? It's also Underworld.
It is also Underworld. It's also a fighter, which I hope we get some synergy for eventually. This card's really cool.
Spark of Hope.
Spark of Hope.
It's a 2-cost command heroism event that says, I will make sure I say this right because it is a bit finicky. Choose a unit in your discard pile. If it was defeated this phase, put it into play as a resource. This is an interesting card and a card that I think is going to get... is going to be a very strange card to use. This is a cheaper resupply.
But it has another cost.
But I also feel like there's a lot of situations where I just want resupply.
This is Echo-based Defender's best friend.
This is Echo-based Defender's best friend, to be
fair.
I
saw something interesting with this deck, and I hope it gets FAQ'd soon. Han Solo Leader. If I choose to defeat a resource, and that resource was a unit, it's a defeated unit. I've seen some discourse on both sides. I personally would go for the fact that it has to be on the field, but I can see the arguments.
You defeat it in the regroup phase, right? Which is at the end of the turn, not the beginning.
It's at the same time you pay for Falcon, I think.
But it's also during the regroup phase, which means that phase is over, then it becomes the action phase. There's never a point where you can use Spark of Hope on a defeated resource from Han.
True.
Unless Han says at the beginning of the action phase, defeat the... I'll put it up here which way it goes.
I'm going to quickly look at Han.
Let's move on.
I like this card. I think it's good for those like decks like Hunter. I think really works.
I think it definitely works in decks, but I also think it's like a 2-of where resupply is the 3-of.
Yeah, I agree.
I think resupply is just a little bit more versatile.
I think this kind of fits a bit better than that event, than that bounty does.
Yeah.
That bounty feels a bit more awkward, where I think this has a slightly more usability. So I would probably, if you're building like a mono green hero ramp deck like we've been testing with Hunter, I would just straight swap that card.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think this is just like a more applicable version of what the bounty in theory is really nice, but you're
Unless
just,
you're playing boss squad,
you're
you're getting 2 out of it.
like the hunter deck's really good because you're going wide anyway, and if you just have those 2 resources out, your opponent's incentivized to stop you, because if they don't, you're just going to win before you ramp. Because that deck goes hard, like just drop like Echo Base, like what are they called, the Mandalorian like Protector Boys,
Yeah,
and like Battlefield Marines, and they're just healing and like echoes and stuff. So if they don't take care of you, you're either ramping till you get Hunter out early and then home 1, or you're just killing them with your overwhelming crowd of guys.
With the engine unit reinforcements is coming down. And
So I think this is actually a really cool card. I give it a 3.5 out of 5 as well. Is this a legendary?
This is a legendary. This is Supreme Commander.
Supreme Leader.
Supreme Leader Snoke. He is an 8-cost Vigilance Villainy 6/6. And he says, all my opponent's units get -2/-2.
Yeah, each enemy non-leader unit gets -2/-2.
This is just a passive effect, -2/-2 across the board. I think this is a card that fits very well with the current blue villain stuff we're seeing in this set.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a big card to be able to stabilize a little bit with that. But I don't think, I think we're going to see more that helps with this.
And I also think 8 is a lot, though.
8 is a lot. And I know, we said that about Avenger too, but...
Oh, yeah.
And we were very wrong about that, so maybe this is going to come in amazing as well.
True.
But...
It's interesting, he's Force, First Order, and an official as well. So if you're running blue-green Palpatine ramp...
True.
You just get another cheeky... Look, honestly, I think this is really interesting. It's interesting because it's for me, it's an anti-aggro card that's at the point where aggro's already lost.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I completely agree with that sentiment, actually. I feel like this would be okay as, a 4/4/5 cost. Or something like that. Something that comes in early enough to make a difference in those aggro matchups. But I absolutely agree. Once you've reached this kind of 8 resources...
See, my theory with this card, and I could be crackpot theory here, but set 3! That's right, we're not even finished
God
set 2.
damn it.
But I have a theory, and I've seen a few other people talk about this. Again, I have no justifiable basis for this, aside from the fact that there's a lot of them. But I think set 3 is that we're going to get unit tokens for clones and droids.
Yeah.
I think it's a possibility, and I think that this card is a card that will help with that, because I think
it'll come down
there'll be late game cards like Republic Venator or Droid Dropship that will just be like, play this, and every time they attack they make a 1/1 or a 2/2. So having a Snoke on board just goes, hey, no thanks. So I think stuff like that would be really great to see. All in all, though, I actually like this card. I like his big old hands.
Big old grippers.
I like his big old paws. I think this card's pretty cool. I think that it currently sits at a 3 out of 5 for me, because I don't think its potential has been unlocked yet.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a card that's actually countering potentially future stuff, which I think is pretty cool. One of these next cards is Bonkers, and it is not Pillage.
Both of these next cards are kind of bonkers.
I do like Pillage quite a lot.
Pillage is a 4-cost aggression.
I wish it was Vigilance.
Oh, Jesus.
Could you imagine?
No, please. Choose a player, they discard 2 cards from their hand.
Yes.
Simple. Effective. Dangerous.
My hand discard. It's all coming together.
Discard not linked behind doing something else.
Yeah.
A discard that you can turn, first thing, discard your 2 cards that you drew. It's something that we have not had before, and is going to be
doing this to a Kylo deck can be awful for them, because as much as they don't want cards in hand, they still want to do stuff on their turn.
They want to use those.
They
cards
want to use those 2 cards and then get at you for heaps of damage. But it's not even just that, right? It's you're coming up against an aggro deck and you've started to get control again. You've got a big Sentinel on board and they're like, cool, I've drawn my 2 cards. I can maybe deal with it. I pay for, they're gone.
Yeah.
Or
this is
you're in your mid to late game and you're playing against a control another mid range deck, paying to just discard 2 cards from your opponent's hand can be actually crippling.
Oh, absolutely.
You lose 1 and they lose 2.
Oh, yeah. There's being able to just be discard 2, especially this early, especially with something like if you're playing like a yellow-red villain combo, and putting out something like Bib Fortuna and paying 3 for this. Turn 1 Bib Fortuna, turn 2 discard 2.
And then like the next turn, you just you could run this in Boba, and then like the next turn you swing Boba, then you flip him and you just force surrender them. So you make them like you discard 2, and the next turn you make them discard 2 again. Like I could see a deck like that, or you're running Han. You could even just go balls to the wall here and just like tap Han, resource, pay 4 on turn 2, and just make them discard 2 cards, depending on how satisfied you are with your turn 1 play. It's a cool card, and it opens up a lot of line of plays. And as someone who really enjoys hand discard, I think this is really cool.
This card, however,
I give it a 3 out of 5.
Fair enough.
This card is bonkers. Do you like sneak attack?
I do like sneak attack.
Do you like offers? Like me offering? Do you know when I like I offer you? No. I think it's unrefusable. This is unrefusable offer. Is 2 for a 2 for a 2 cutting for a 0+0+0 upgrade attached to a non-leader unit. Attaching it against bounty. Play this unit for free, in brackets, under your control. It enters play ready at the start of the regroup phase, defeat it. You get to sneak attack your opponent's unit in without paying the premium cost.
Yep, essentially you pay 2, put this on your opponent's unit, then you kill that unit. When it dies, the bounty activates and you play it readied on your side of the field.
The most important thing to note with this unit is that you play the unit. If that card has when played abilities, you get them as well. That's nutso! That's actually just crazy.
Something that this works really well with is claim the 3 cost waylay that gives bounties.
Spare the target.
Spare the target. Works really well with that. Something like this where you're like, oh, I can't really deal with that because they do not get it back to hand. Because you'll use it, the bounty will activate and you'll play it on your side of the field, and then it'll get defeated.
Bro! It's just removal, but you get it and they don't.
So if you don't have anything like Vanquish or anything, something like, oh cool, you have a Maul there?
Oh.
Yeah, tap 2, put this on him.
Oh, and he comes in and ambush it.
And then you get to, on play ambush, you ambush it in.
It's gross. I love it. This is really cool. I also think this is great in the Mandalorian deck, where you just go pay 2, put it on that, tap it, and then they go, okay, my turn's done, I claim, and you go, okay, kill it. Or flip Mandalorian, pay 3, Mandalorian's rifle, you capture it, you get to claim the bounty, comes in for free, swing with it.
Absolutely. Like, this is a card that has a lot of really cool uses, and a lot of decks are going to use it really well.
I really like it. I
really like it too.
I think you're to creatively use it, but I think it's pretty inherent at how powerful this card is. And I think that if you can use it in the right way, it's crazy. I give it a 4.5.
Anything that allows you to steal something.
Yeah.
And just this is, to me, this weirdly is a better change of heart because they don't get it back.
Yep.
Like, you have to remove it, yeah, but...
Well, like, let's be real here. Okay, you put 2 onto it, and then you take it down. Or, you power the dark side it.
Yeah.
Right? At that point, you're paying less than Change of Heart, or the same as Change of Heart, and you're killing it. You're straight up killing it.
And then you get a swing with it first.
You do the waylay, you spare the target, and that's 5. That's less than a Change of Heart.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. I think it's really cool. Is that John Boyega?
That...
From the movie Attack...
Did you give it a rating?
I did. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. John Boyega from the movie Attack the Block.
No, I believe it's Finn from Star Wars Unlimited card game, the leader.
Of course.
This is our final blue heroism leader to go along with Rey. Finn.
Double sequel leaders.
Double sequel leaders.
Haters are seething.
His ability is tap him, defeat a friendly upgrade on a unit. If you do, give a shield to that unit. So it's kind of swapping out other things for shields.
This might sound really silly, but it actually has one of the most powerful actions in the game, which is a non-pass action, where you may tap Finn and just not defeat a unit, defeat an upgrade, or if they have a shield, just defeat the shield and give it a shield. Because there have actually, like, it sounds really silly, but there have been a lot of games where I've seen people win by just, I'll tap Iden.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
I don't gain the life. I was watching a game where you store Showdown and you did that, and the guy was like, "You can't do that, can you?" And you're like, "Yeah, I just don't gain the life." And he was like, "Well, that ruins my whole turn."
The amount of people I've played on Carabats are like, "Oh, you can't do that." And I was like,
Yeah, you
"I didn't
can.
gain a life," and they're like,
Yeah, you didn't gain a life. You just it is because when you pass, you open yourself up to
claiming.
claiming. When you do something like this, it's pretty good.
Kind of cheeky way to get around it.
Yeah. This is an interesting leader, and one I feel is maybe more future-proofing than anything for this set.
Yeah.
I think
we're going to see more cards like Rose that are going to make this more relevant, because at the moment I struggle to find areas where I would want to remove an upgrade to give a shield.
I think that this card would be really. I think Finn would be really good if there's like a 1-cost upgrade that gives +1/+1 to a unit, and then if the upgrade is defeated, you can like draw 1 or 2 cards.
I feel like this would be a good, like if Finn was villain, it would be good with the Ruthless Tactics. Is it Ruthless Tactics or is it
Ruthlessness?
No. The one that you can get when you discard.
Brutal Traditions.
Brutal Traditions.
Good card.
Being able to be like, all right, defeat it, put a shield, swing, take the shield off, play Brutal Traditions again. But obviously, talking about what it could be, but it's not.
There is some stuff he can do.
Yes.
He is a trooper. He flips at 5. He is a 4/6. This is that. Hallelujah! Hero gets a 5-flip 4/6. Finally! Villain's been repping their 4/6s and 4/7s in our face for so long, for the majority of 2 sets.
This man needs to be 4/7, let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Hans.
If there was anyone that was
Hans
going to be
coming out
4/7,
soon.
who's also a 5-cost, 6 health.
True. It needs to be this. Han, we've seen the Han and Jubilees we mentioned a little while ago. We don't know what they do. It's just on the official box art.
The only thing we know is Han is a 5-cost for six something 6.
Yeah, something 6. So I'm hoping, maybe I'm coping, but I'm hoping that he's a 4/6.
5/6.
That'd be great. I mean, hey, if Boba can do it, Han Solo can. So he flips at 5, he's a 4/6, he's a Fringe Trooper, and on attack, he has the same text. Yeah. You defeat a friendly upgrade on a unit if you do give a shield. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Bounties? I can get rid of bounties. They're not friendly upgrades.
They're unfriendly upgrades.
They're grumpy upgrades. Grumpgrades.
But yeah, Aces...
it does work really nice with Rose.
We currently do not have the bits for this. That's what I'm confident in that. I think we're going to see some more cards over the coming days as we're going towards release that we're going to go, oh, I see. There's a bunch of upgrades that can work with this.
Let's just talk about a couple of interesting, like the biggest and interesting, most notable interaction for me is Rose. You have experience counters on your unit. You have shield counters on you. You swing, you can remove it, put an experience counter on. Finn can tap, take an experience counter off, put a shield on.
Yeah. And
you can just keep cycling that. That just keeps going and going. And that's really great. I think that's really cool. Rose can even do it to herself. Swing, remove her shield, 2 counters, same action, or same turn, tap Finn, remove that. Put it on if you want to get that engine going. Finn and Rose, moment of peace, Finn. He's got a shield. Now, here we go, where we're getting into that cycle now where the two are just starting to pump each other up. So, I agree with James. I don't think everything is out yet for him, for Finn. Mm-hmm. And I think that he's just missing something. So, for me right now, he's a 2.5 out of 5. But that is subject to change.
That's the lowest you've ever given a leader.
That's currently. But it could change when we do... It's next week?
Next week.
When we do next week, our leader tier list video for set 2.
We are recording a little bit early, so this is the only leader we're going to be seeing today. I know as of recording, there's probably another leader tomorrow.
Afra.
But
let's do what we did with... Okay. I want to take.
I'm
him
not
over here.
speculating on Aphra.
I
I refuse. I've done it too much. I refuse.
I am going to because I want to see what happens if we nail it like we did Cassian. She's going to be a yellow villain. It will be Aphra. I think that she will flip at 5. I think that she is going to be a 2/7. And I think she's going to have a unique skill that interacts with the discard pile. You know what would be really cool? If she just has like raid and ambush and then another skill. And she's just a leader that's just when you deploy ambush. That'd be awesome. Now, on to our next 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
I love the art for this card.
I really like the art for this card.
Another group of fellas.
Another group of fellas.
We love our fellas here at
I
the
got
Spy
fellas.
Squadron. I have fella. All my fellas. Tag yourself. Which one are you?
Ooh.
I think that I'm sassy.
I'm blue one in the back.
Yeah, I'm sassy lady at the front.
Yeah, I'm blue lady at the back staring off and into the right.
And then at the very back we've got Keith David because he's the muscle.
Yeah.
Resourceful Pursuers. This is a 5-cost cunning 5/6 bounty hunter with saboteur. Nothing fancy. Doesn't need to be.
I rock with this in draft.
I was just about to say that. I love this in draft. Your opponent, they drop a big sentinel and you're like,
5 at base.
boink. Yeah, 5 at base. 5 at base. 5 at base. Gotta get him 5 at base. I think it's really good. It's also really hard to deal with in draft. Like, this set doesn't have a lot of non-capture removal, and even the capture removal we've seen is limited.
Pretty exclusive to
So, like, unless your opponent's got
blue. If they've pulled out the
Rivals Fall.
Or Fell the Dragon.
But if they're like Rivals Falling or Felling the Dragon, when you've probably got like your leader flip coming or something, it's just kind of like, that's rough, buddy. So I think this is a pretty cool draft card.
I think this is a cool card. I think this is a card. I think this is like the Syndicate lackeys of the set, where like good in draft, and then you're going to kind of see it sneak into some of constructed decks.
I wish it was a 4-cost and maybe had slightly lesser stats because I would really like to run this in Fennec. I've been testing that deck quite a lot. And
it's probably why it's a 5-cost 5/6. Just
it would be kind of bonkers to do that because there are already Fennec Shand is such a fun deck. I urge you guys to go try it. There's so many fun decks to set, but like being able to just ECL in the whole thing, and it doesn't even matter if you flip the leader or she's dead and she's back to her front side. It just doesn't matter. She's just so good. So I think this is I think it's like a 2.5 out of 5. I think it's really interesting. It's a really cool draft card. Now this card is super duper cool.
It sure is.
Really, really like this card. What is it? What's it do?
It is Inspiring Mentor. It's a 2-cost command heroism attached to a non-vehicle unit because vehicles cannot be inspiring. Attached unit gains on attack or when defeated. Give an experience token to another friendly unit, and it gives +1/+1.
Although vehicles can be inspired.
Cannot be inspiring. Can be inspired. Yes.
You are my inspiring mentor. You are Obi-Wan in this card.
I
am your Luke Skywalker, and I really appreciate you saying that. This card gives +1/+1 to the unit that it's attached to. It's just nice. I think it's really. Imagine just putting this onto Obi-Wan and just be like, Luke, every time I swing, you get a counter, and when I die, you get 3.
No, absolutely.
That's actually pretty good.
I think this goes really well into a lot of things. I think there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with it.
I'd love to run this in Chirrut.
I'd really love to put this on Maz.
That's hilarious. I love that. But like I would put this in like a Chirrut deck. You just get like Chirrut and Luke Skywalker out, and then the whole game it's just Luke's buffing Chirrut, and then they're just like pew 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 pew.
Yeah, and something like Chirrut where you're definitely getting the attack off, and then
you want those.
They can't surprise you with the defeat. You know when he's going to get defeated, so you can kind of prepare for it.
You could even just put this on Chirrut. He's not going to get defeated.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
It's just really hard for him to die, and the whole time you're just like, swing Chirrut first, put a counter on this guy, swing this guy.
If you put all your damage onto him, then it's like, all right, then I
dies and I buff my spaceship and just swing. Like, I think this card's really cool. I think what actually makes it for me is that it's when defeated as well as
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think I'm gonna give this card a 4 out of 5. I think it's really cool. Oh my gosh, it's the final showdown.
Sorry about your ears.
Sorry about that. Full stop.
Final Showdown is a 6th cost legendary. Cunning. The equivalent to cunning is here, and it sure is a gambit.
I love it. I love it so much.
Ready each unit you control. At the start of the regroup phase, you lose the game.
You lost the game.
Oh, I lost the game.
Anyway, this is hilarious, and I would really like to highlight how this artwork shows off the characters from the show, from the movie, because you've got Kira standing there like, I accept my fate. Dryden's like, don't shoot that too weak, and Han's like, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
You shoot me?
You stupid idiot. Come on, man. Man, I'm Han Solo. You can't shoot.
This
So
terrifies
cool.
me. This seems like a red card
I
that Yellow
can't
has stolen.
I can't wait to sit there and for my opponent to be like, let me guess, change your heart. And they go, no, actually. And they go, no, wait, no.
I can't wait for someone to be like, all right, this is the last turn that I've calculated it all out. I've gotten it ready. They've only got one resource left. Final showdown. I've got perfect lethal on board. And they go, oh, cool. Tap 1 repair.
Well, good thing I had 8 resources. Pay 2 surprise strike. See, it's all coming up, Millhouse.
But like, it's just those things. It's like I can't wait for people to do that, or even just miscalculate their damage. Be like, yeah, I got lethal, and use it, and just be like, come up one short, and then just be like,
It's also really fun though.
oh, absolutely.
Like this is
I'm
hilarious.
100% running this in so many decks that do not need it.
I love it. Once again, why Boba Fett need this card, you might ask? No thanks.
Yeah, Boba Fett.
No response.
Yeah, no.
Boba Fett, we actually asked Boba Fett this and he refused to comment. So I think that,
Send him an email.
and he responded, I refuse to comment.
Yeah.
It was really weird. That was actually his secretary, Fennec, sent that to us. But this is a legendary, obviously, because it's either you cop the L or your opponent does. So, legendary, baby.
Playing this with nothing on board is going to be my favorite way to scoop.
What are you gonna do? Kill me? And they're like, I don't. And like, if anything, I sideboard this in the Iden Blue mirror match just to get it over with.
God damn it.
Get out of here. And they're like, what? I'm like, you mean me? I lose to me.
Only I can beat me.
I become Han Solo in this image. What are you
gonna do?
Control me? Rivals 4, idiot. I love this card actually so much. I love it too. I give it a 5 out of 5 because I just think it's really funny. It actually has a genuine lot of like mono
genuinely
yellow Boba,
terrifies me.
Mono yellow Boba gets to that point in the late game where like, yeah, they could fire spray and that would be great for them. But they've also got Crafty Smuggler, Boba Fett, Crafty Smuggler, and then 2 7th Fleet Defenders on board, and they all swing. And imagine if
The thing
they
is,
just
you reach like
untap.
8 resources, and you go, and you have
Yeah.
Boba Fett and this and that, and you go, awesome, Greedo, Final Showdown.
Well, it's not even that.
And
Let's
you,
just let's do it this way. You have Boba Fett and Fett's fire spray on the field. That's it. And you swing 5, 4, pay 6. Swing 5, 4. You swung for 18 damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, bonkers.
This is a card that I think you're gonna see people paying 8 for.
Yep.
I think this is a card that
If I'm a red-yellow aggro deck...
cards that end the game
Yeah.
are so easy to be like, I'll pay extra for that because
even yellow-green
ending
ramp,
the game.
even yellow-green ramp, just getting to that point where like, big spaceship, swing relentless, pay 8, untap, swing relentless. Like, that's pretty bonkers. I think it's really cool. And now, me personally, I love open fire. And
I love Overwhelming Barrage.
I just wish that we could have
A card that
mix them together.
them
And
together.
you could do it every turn.
Yeah.
It's a shame
Have
that
you
we
heard of
don't-
Vampire's Flamethrower?
No. What does it do?
It's a 3-cost aggression upgrade
Okay.
that gives +1/+1.
Uh-huh.
That's not very much for a
No,
3-cost
that
upgrade.
sucks.
No.
Give me more.
Okay, well, how about on attack,
Uh-huh.
you may deal 3 damage divided as you choose among ground units.
Like, open firewhelming barrage. Over open.
I love open fire whelming barrage.
I am whelmed.
Uh,
This is whelming barrage.
This is whelming barrage.
I am whelmed.
I do like this.
I like this a lot.
I think this is very cool.
This takes care of shielded units. This takes care of units. This takes care of it. Just like also just being able to be like, oh man, you know, you've got a crafty smuggler on board, and then you've got like just another smaller unit. You could even have they could have a Gamorrean guard and like a crafty smuggler on board, and you can swing and pop the shield and deal 2 damage to the Gamorrean guard, and then like pop the Gamorrean guard. Like this is cool as. This is a
I
solid
want
card.
to put this on Boba so bad.
I was just gonna say.
The Boba unit and just be like, swing, deal 3 damage, deal 3 damage, and then attack for 3.
I want to put this in that red-yellow Boba deck and just flip my leader and put this on him, and then just be like,
Or
hey,
leader.
and then put Boba's armor on him and be like, what are you gonna do now? Like, actually, have you got Rivals Fall in
Actually,
your deck?
factually,
Like,
what are you gonna
do
do?
you have Rivals Fall? If not, GG. Because I'm gonna swing and then I'm
I
gonna
actually have Power Outage. The 2-cost
Oh
event
my
from set 1 that removes all
God.
upgrades from a
Is
unit.
it called Power Outage?
Yeah.
Is it? I thought it was
Power
called
Failure.
Power Failure. Got me. Hey, at that point I deserve it, right? I was gonna say Rivals Fall, but if you want to hit me with that, okay, bud.
If someone hits, if I try and Voltron something and they go Power Failure, I'll go, you know what? Valid.
Bamboozled.
Should have known.
Bamboozled. Everything's fine here. No need to send any guards. How are you? One of the best lines in Star Wars. This card rocks hard. Why do all of the Mandalorian armor pieces rock hard, you might add? Shut up. They're Mandalorian armor pieces. What are you on about?
Yeah.
5 out of 5.
It's pretty good.
Recurable open fire with the flexibility to choose other targets.
It's real.
So nice. Am in love. That's actually, I think that might be. Yeah, that's it. That's all we have in the wins for this week.
We were saying just before, it's a little bit short of a week,
Yeah.
just because we didn't get as many spoilers as we expected. There was a stream that was cancelled by FFG due to technical
There was sound
difficulties.
issues and stuff, so it's
Completely fair and valid. And there's going to be a bunch of cards shown off in that we didn't get. We are recording a little bit early, so there's also a little bit we didn't get. We'd love to talk about what's going to be happening the next week and the week after, because some really interesting things are going to be happening on this channel.
What could it be?
Either just before this releases or just after this releases, you'll know. A video is
go
going to
check our channel.
our video is going to be releasing that I spent a lot of time on about my journey through the store showdown and how that went. So go check that out. I put a lot of effort into it, and I'm very happy with it. So definitely go check that out. I really appreciate it.
We did mention that a little while ago, and it is finally here. And I have not seen it yet as of the time of recording. I am incredibly excited to watch it. And you should all go watch it now, if it's out. If it's not out, go watch it now. Figure it out.
Other than that, next week we're going to be doing a big old tier list. We're going to be doing our set 2 leader tier list.
I've been waiting for this.
It's going to be really fun. The last 3 leaders should be revealed next week, so we're going to be talking about them, what we do with them. We're going to be spending the week playing a lot of TTS, I'll tell you that for nothing, to get our ideas down pat. So next
Jabba
week,
the Hutt S tier. Jabba the Hutt S tier.
So next week, we're not going to be going over every single spoiler for the week. We're going to be choosing select
relevant
spoilers like legendaries, good rares that we like, just interesting cards, and showing them off before moving on to that tier list.
It also might be worth making the announcement now that we will probably restructure videos for set 3 to be more similar to that, so we can cover off more content, because we've been doing a lot of spoilers, and while we love talking about spoilers, a lot of people talk about spoilers. The spoilers are usually out by the time they're here. So we'll talk about interesting ones, and then we'll be breaking down more interesting topics come set 3. We're going to do a bit of restructuring. We'll probably tell you more what that looks like closer to November when set 3 is releasing. But for now, be excited because I sure am. I cannot wait to do this tier list.
Yep. And then even after that, after the tier list, we're going to be doing a big video getting you guys ready for your pre-release for set 2. And that's going to be releasing just the week before the pre-release comes. We're going to be start getting those set 2 cards in your hands finally, so we're very excited about that.
We'll do a little pre-release primer about what some draft bombs are, what some of the good leaders are, how some of the mechanics function in pre-release to get you set so that you can win more set 2 packs from your pre-release.
How to keep in mind that Takedown doesn't exist in set 2 pre-release.
But Fell the Dragon does.
So keep your units low.
Real low.
But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the gameplay this week. We're doing another set 2 gameplay. We're going to be doing, I said Pre-Vizsla, Gar Saxon versus Boba Fett Hero.
Gar Saxon.
So look forward to some Mandalorian armor and some Mandalorian...
Boba's armor. Bobalorian.
Bobalorian armor. But check that out. And thank you so much for watching.
McClunky.
Bye.